Be addressed by this committee. As elected leaders on Jubilee Parliamentary Party ticket, we are committed to spearhead discussion on these pressing issues and encouraging Kenyans to engage in constructive discourse. The unity and consensus reached on a majority of issues are commendable. This despite spirited effort by some to derail the process. I commend the committee for remaining steadfast, unwavering, and overcoming those who want to drag the nation backwards. It is disturbing for us and disheartening that certain individuals sought to disrupt, scatter and derail this noble cause. And so we denounce unpatriotic actions, especially from individuals who sought to associate themselves with the Jubilee Party. Such disruptive agendas have no place in our vision for a united Kenya. And as a Jubilee Parliamentary Party, we support the efforts that so far we have seen with the committee. Jubilee Party upholds the belief that no issue is unsurmountable where a nation unites. Set aside differences and engage in meaningful dialogue. Kenya belongs to all the 50 million citizens, and no individual should hold our collective progress hostage. The Jubilee Party remains committed to fostering unity, peace and progress through dialogue, standing firm to undermine our nation's stability and prosperity. That is why you see our symbol as Jubilee is dove. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to the National Dialogue Committee chairs, that is Honorable Kimani Ichung'wa and the former Vice President Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, for steering the nation towards dialogue and nationhood. We also thank the President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, and Azimio leader, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, for establishing this committee, enabling the nation to resolve its issues through dialogue rather than discord. As Jubilee will continue supporting the implementation of report in Parliament and encourage all Kenyans to support all efforts toward a more peaceful, progressive Kenya. Jubilee as a parliamentary party shall be an integral part of the implementation process as third largest parliamentary party. So you notice that we submitted our memorandum, but we were not part of this dialogue, but we support. And we have agreed as a parliamentary party that we will now engage in a higher gear to make sure that the next process, we are part of it, we are going to be involved, and we are not going to be left behind. We want to say in no uncertain terms that this statement represents the position of Jubilee Party and urge our members to ignore any other pronouncement made on this report. We thank you, members of the press, for coming. Asanteni sana. God bless Kenya and God bless Jubilee Party. Thank
Questions?
You.
Question, party leader.
Yes. And by the way, I can take question and any other person can take. We have also our senior members, but let's go.
Yes, my name is Ibrahim Karanja,
yes,
from NTV. Two questions. One, whereas the recommendations in the report seem to be suggesting the entrenchment of the office of the Prime Minister and the leader of official opposition, and we still have in the National Assembly and in the Senate leaders of the majority and minority parties, it sort of brings a confusion of whether we want a presidential system or a parliamentary system. What is the position of Jubilee Party? Because these particular recommendations seem to be bringing a confusion unless we are losing the majority and minority leadership in the House to have the other position. Secondly, most of these some of these recommendations may require a referendum. At a time when the country is speaking about expenditure, the cost of living, and calculating the expenditure on a referendum, what is the position of the party on when this referendum should be done? Should it be before the 2027 election? Should it be immediate, or should it be afterwards?
I guess as I call Honorable Kinan to come and also help me in answering this question, one of the things that we had recommended in our report as Jubilee Party, we had recommended to do away with the leader of minority party, in Parliament. Our recommendation was that the presidential candidate or the leader of opposition becomes the leader of minority party in Parliament, and then the deputy becomes the leader of minority party at the Senate. This is a process, and I think from what we have been explained to, there are several, this is a legislative process, and there are several recommendations, several commissions that are going to be formed. So we are going to be part, that's why we said we are not part of Boma, but we are going to be part of it, so that where we feel that it is going to be unfair for Kenyans, then we'll also give our opinion. But for now, with the recommendations that have come, that it's going to be a process and several other commissions are going to be formed, we support and we want to be part. We are third largest party in parliament. So we are not going against just it. We want to be part of it because part of our recommendation we feel they were not considered on what we had recommended at Bomas, and our document is there officially. We gave our position on the same. But Honorable Binan can say.
When do you prefer to have the referendum?
You know, my friend here is too political. It's a very good question. We have the report. We have the report. That report is going to be contextualized into a bill. This is the intent. You need to understand, this is the first stage. There's an agreement on the general platform. That is the intent of the report. That report now is going to be subjected to a further legal process. That legal process now is going to lead to a bill. That bill now is going to capture every aspect, whether it's going to be a constitutional amendment that requires a referendum, whether it's going to be a constitutional amendment that requires two-thirds, or whether it's going to be an amendment to an existing statute, or an enactment of a new law, or even implementing through statutory instrument or through policy pronouncement, because those are the many sources of law. So I think that will clearly address. And the issue of whether there's going to be a conflict between the enactment of the office of